Hi, and welcome to Sarah's Northern Kitchen. I am coming to you from northern Minnesota, and today, if you've watched a lot of my other videos, the last few that I've done have been some shorter Christmas cookie ideas. This one takes a little bit longer. It has 3 full steps, but I can guarantee you that it is definitely worth it for a Christmas cookie. These are called hot chocolate cookies. And there are 3 full steps. We have to chill the dough for a full hour. So this one does take a little longer. This video will be a little bit longer. So feel free to skip if you need to skip ahead. But we're gonna go ahead and explain how this one works. This is my youngest daughter's absolute favorite recipe for Christmas. I'm gonna make it now, but then she's at college. When she comes home, I'll make another batch because, sorry. Dogs are in the background. They're chewing on their bones. Okay, so I've got the camera tilted just a little bit because I also need to use a saucepan for the beginning of this. Okay, they're fighting over bones. I'm sorry. And okay, so you need to put 1 stick of butter. So it's a 1/2 cup of butter and 12 ounces of chocolate chips in the saucepan, and we're gonna melt it together. Solo, you have it. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have this fight over bones. So the younger dog, just took the bone. Okay, now they're both disappearing. All right, go chew on your bones. Okay, I got this too hot because I was worried about the dogs. Okay, so we're gonna turn that way down. So basically what I'm doing is melting the butter and chocolate chips together without burning anything. On low. And literally it's like already melted together anyway. Okay, so that took 20 to 30 seconds to melt together, the butter and the chocolate chips. Okay, we're gonna set that off to the side. That's like our fudge sauce. We're gonna let that cool on the back burner. And that was it for that part of it. Okay, so now we need the mixing bowl, because this takes a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna take a 1/2 cup of flour. Okay, 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of cocoa. So I'm using the Hershey's cocoa. 1/2 cup of that. And this one, you can just dump it all into one bowl. It's going to mix up anyway. Okay. This stuff is so powdery, it always makes me sneeze. Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Grab my teaspoons. Better make sure my microphone is on. Yep. I filmed an entire video yesterday without a microphone. So upset. Then I have to go back and redo it. Okay, 3 eggs. Oh, okay. Preheat your oven to 325 while you're doing. Well, actually, don't have to do that yet because this has to chill for an hour in the refrigerator. So you don't have to start your oven yet. Like I said, this recipe is a little steppy, but definitely worth it. This is a top 10 Christmas recipe. And actually, you can make this year round in the wintertime, a hot chocolate cookie. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It's Christmas time right now, but that doesn't mean that we can't make it in other times. Okay, 1.5 cups of brown sugar, packed brown sugar. This does not use white sugar, so we're doing brown. And I'm gonna watch a Christmas movie tonight. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, probably while I'm editing videos, because, you know, this career, you're always on doing something, but I love it. I do this on the side. And if you've watched my bio or know anything about my channel, I have 2 kids that are in college, and I'm a new empty nester. My youngest daughter just left. Well, it's not new anymore, but left in August, and I needed something to do. I fed my family 3 times a day their entire lives, hot breakfast every single morning. And so when they left, I was like, oh my gosh, I love to cook, and I have all of these amazing recipes from moms and 2 grandmas and great grandmas, and I have an entire pantry full of recipes, and I want to share them with people because I still love to cook. I just needed a creative outlet and something to do. And so I have really been enjoying the YouTube, and the people that are in this community have really. Okay, so we got this batter now. As I'm talking, I'm going to go grab our mixture from the back here because that's going to get mixed in next. Okay, so we're going to dump this in like this. And this recipe also has a frosting. So they said there's 3 full steps to this. Okay, so then we're going to mix this together. Nice and gooey. Okay, so we're going to give that a good mix for about a minute. And so my channel is a lot of like home cooked foods, a lot of sweets right now just because it's Christmas time. But it's just been so much fun, and the community has been really good. I get a lot of people that correct me on things, which is fine. I mean, but it's a home kitchen, and what I'm known for actually in almost every single video, if you go back and watch, I forget something. Not in the recipe, but I forget I'm not prepared. I don't have everything out on my counter like I'm supposed to. Or I have something out that I'm not supposed to use or something like that. Or I forget my measuring cups, or usually it's the eggs that I forget out of the refrigerator. But I'm not perfect. My recipes, I don't post them unless they're good though. But definitely on the preparation side, I'm not perfect. But no home cook person from the kitchen that cooks like just normal people, that doesn't have an entire studio, cooks perfect. So basically, I'm just like you. I'm just normal. Well, I guess there are some perfect people out there, but not me. And when you get old enough, you're kind of like, well, that's just who I am. Like me for who I am. Anyway, it's kind of interesting, but so we live in way northern Minnesota, and it's like 4:30 right now. And it is absolutely pitch black out. So we don't get a lot of daylight at this time of the year. So this kind of keeps me busy, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the people and learning new techniques and new recipes, because some of the things I try I actually have never made before. These I've made many times, but there have been a few things that I make live never made before, and that's actually kind of fun too, to kind of see how that goes. But okay, so this cookie batter almost looks like brownies, like that. So we're going to, you can see what it looks like. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and it has to sit in the fridge for a full hour, and then we'll make up the cookies. So all right, so I'm going to pause this video because we'll come back as soon as we're ready to make the cookie part. About an hour. Okay, step 2 of the hot chocolate cookies. 1 hour later, I pulled it out, and it is much easier to scoop. So that's why it has to go in for an hour. I recommend you do these on parchment paper. So super easy. All you have to do is just take your cookie scoop like this. I would go 2 to 3 inches apart. Don't crowd these, because when they come out, we got to put the marshmallows on them. So I think you can probably get 12 on a tray. These cookies you can make all winter, and they are fun with kids, or if you have grandkids that you want to entertain a little bit, because they can help put the marshmallows in them, which is just really the fun part. Okay, so 12 on this pan. All right, we're gonna pop them in the oven. I better check my recipe because I don't want to get it wrong. This is a lot of recipes today. 325, 10 to 12 minutes. And then immediately when they come out, we need to put the marshmallows on them, the mini marshmallows. So I'll show you that process as soon as they come out of the oven. Okay, 325, 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, I moved you over here because we're gonna make the frosting for the hot chocolate cookies now. So you need 4 tablespoons of butter. So it's just a chocolatey topping that will, like a fudge topping, that will go over the top of the melted marshmallows for step number 3 or 4 or something like that on this recipe. So we're gonna melt the butter on low, and then we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, which I already put that away. I thought I was done with that, but we're not. So a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, and you need a whisk. Sorry if I'm not prepared. This is like the 10th recipe of the day. So this is an 1/8 cup, so I'm going to put 2 of these in. We're making the fudge sauce for the top of the hot cocoa cookies. Okay, and then a 1/4 cup of hot water. So I'm going to run my hot water. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Get that added for vanilla. And I had a whisk. There it is. I'm going to get that hot water going behind me. So we need a 1/4 cup of hot water. Okay, and then we'll just kind of whisk that in. And then we're going to need 2 cups of powdered sugar. Okay, so melt this in good first. Okay, then 2 cups of powdered sugar. I used this on a previous recipe that I had powdered sugar in, so that's what was in here before. 2 cups of powdered sugar. Right on. Okay, so we're going to add that powdered sugar, whisk that in. And it looks like hot chocolate. Oh, by the way, I should get that recipe out. I have a really good recipe for homemade hot chocolate. Maybe I'll make that on Christmas. A bunch of people here. Okay, so I'm just going to keep that on super low, like on melty stage. I have a melt function on mine, which is like uber low. Basically just to keep that warm while the rest of the cookies are done. Okay, so the cookies have 5 minutes left. So I'm just going to keep that on low, and then I'll be back to show you how to do the marshmallow part. Okay, next step. There's a lot of steps to this recipe. So now you got to have your marshmallows ready, and this is when it's fun with kids. So the cookies are underdone. They were only cooked at about 10 minutes. And so then you put 3 marshmallows in the middle of each cookie and just press down like this. I put 4 in the bigger ones. Okay, then they go back in the oven for 2 to 3 minutes more. Okay, so you got to work fast. Okay, so I kind of pressed them down in there. into the cookie. Okay, now these go back in, and I'm going to swap pans. Because I kind of put them in 30-second intervals separate because I'm doing them all at the same time. So the cookies are not completely done, but we're adding the marshmallows. So 3 to 4. I'm putting 4 in the bigger ones. My cookie scoop must have been a little crazy on some of these. I used the same cookie scoop too. So on the bigger ones, I'm putting 4. Smaller ones, I'm putting 3. And you do have to work quickly. I have seen some versions of this recipe that they put a half of a large marshmallow. They actually cut them. I feel like it's way easier to do the small ones. You don't have to cut them with the scissors. Okay. Back in. Okay, 2 to 3 minutes. And then they have to cool. And then we put our chocolate topping that we mixed over the top of them. I got these too close together. So this is my pan that I probably shouldn't have put on video because everybody makes mistakes. I got these too close together. Okay, so I've got 3 to 4 mini marshmallows in each one, back in the oven for 2 to 3 minutes. And then I'll show you what they look like as soon as they're done. I'm gonna set a timer, 2 minutes. Okay, like I said, you have to work really, really fast. Okay, then they're gonna come out of the oven and they're gonna cool, and then we're gonna put our hot sauce over them, and then they need to go in a refrigerator to set up. And that is the end of the recipe, except for I'm gonna show you how to do the chocolate when those are done in a couple minutes. Okie dokie, we are ready to frost. Okay, so we have to wait till the cookies are completely cooled to do the frosting. So then what you do is you just take a spoon and you put the frosting right over the top of the marshmallow. And then we're going to put these in, I think I'm going to put them out in our cold garage to set up the chocolate. You can set them in the fridge, or maybe I'll put them in the refrigerator too. So like this, they just get a nice pool of chocolate over them, over the top of the marshmallow, like that. And then they will go in a cold area, and then they'll be completely done and ready to eat. This recipe takes a while. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This one took 4 steps to make, but they are worth it. They're yummy. They're delicious. So very worth it, but you need time to make these. So they're not a quick cookie recipe, but highly recommended. So this is the hot chocolate cookie. You can make this, sorry, I'm gonna cough. Sorry. You can make these year-round. This isn't just at Christmas time, or you probably don't want to make it year-round, but we live in northern Minnesota, so I could make these all the way till April and probably feel fine about eating a hot chocolate cookie. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and check out my other ones. There's lots and lots of recipes in my baking series this year. I'm at like 43 or 44, so loaded full of anything and everything you would kind of want to make. Thanks for watching.